Honda Prelude is back. But is it still a true Prelude? Picture this. You're at a car show, surrounded by icons from the 80s and 90s: the Toyota Celica, the Mitsubishi Eclipse, the coupes. Suddenly, you spot a sleek, low-slung two-door. It looks modern, yet familiar. The badge says, Prelude. Wait, is that for real? After a 25-year slumber, the Honda Prelude has indeed returned for the 2026 model year. But it's not back with a screaming VTEC engine. It's a hybrid. The announcement has sparked a firestorm of debate louder than a 5th-gen H22 at 8,000 RPM. Enthusiasts are asking one big question: is this new Prelude a genuine successor, or is it just a Civic hybrid wearing a famous name as a costume? The answer is anything but simple. To understand the controversy, you have to understand the legacy. The original Prelude was never the fastest car in a straight line. Its mission was different. It was Honda's tech flagship, the most complex Honda short of the NSX. It was the car where they debuted their wildest ideas for the real world. The very first one in 1978 came with a power moonroof as standard, a big flex for the time. Then came the third generation with its mechanical four-wheel steering, a system so clever it helped the car win third place in the 1988 European Car of the Year Awards. The fourth generation brought VTEC to America, giving drivers that legendary high RPM rush. The fifth and final generation refined the formula, and in a famous handling test, a Prelude Shish beat a BMW 3 Series and a Mazda Miata. That's the pedigree. So when the name returned on a 200 horsepower hybrid, you can imagine the shock. And that leads us to the first major point of contention: the powertrain. The new Prelude uses a two-motor hybrid system shared with the Civic Hybrid, making a combined 200 horsepower and a healthy 232 pounds-ft of torque. Now, 200 horsepower was the magic number for the final 2001 Prelude, but the way it delivers that power is worlds apart. There is no manual transmission. None. Instead, Honda offers its S Plus shift system. It uses paddle shifters to click through 8 simulated gears, complete with fake engine revs and even synthetic downshift blips. Honda says it's designed to maximize driver-vehicle synchronization. Purists hear that and call it video game driving, a soulless imitation of the mechanical connection that defined the old car. They see it's the second coming of the underwhelming Crossing Z, but ask yourself this: in an era where every new performance car is a dual-clutch automatic, is a simulated manual in a hybrid really that different from what we've already accepted? Or is it a bridge too far? This debate gets even spicier when you look at what you can buy for the money. The Prelude is expected to start around $42,000. For that price, the enthusiast community has been quick to point out some very compelling alternatives. You could get into a Toyota GR86 or Subaru BRZ for over $10,000 less. And those come with a proper manual transmission and rear-wheel drive. If you want to spend the Prelude's money, you could step up to a Nissan Z with a manual and a turbocharged 400 horsepower. Even a BMW 230i, a true rear-drive coupe, is in the conversation. So the Prelude, with its front-wheel drive and hybrid powertrain, is walking into a heavyweight fight. Honda isn't competing on brute force or driftability. They're betting on something else entirely: sophisticated balance and modern efficiency. And that's where the story takes a surprising turn. Because underneath its sleek skin, the new Prelude is packing some serious hardware that suggests Honda isn't just messing around. It's built on a version of the Civic Type R's championship-winning chassis. It gets the Type R's dual-axis front suspension and an adaptive damper system tuned specifically for the Prelude. It even stops with 4-piston Brembo front brake calipers painted a signature, Prelude Blue. This isn't just Civic hybrid parts. This is a driver's chassis. Early reviewers who have driven it don't call it fast, they call it a momentum machine. They praise its crisp turn-in, its fluid handling, and its glued to the road composure. So, has the soul of the Prelude simply moved? Has it migrated from the engine bay to the suspension and the steering rack? Is driver engagement in 2026 about balance and feedback, not just horsepower and a gear lever? Let's talk about that elephant in the room, the styling. One look at the new Prelude, and some enthusiasts immediately said it looks like the last generation Mitsubishi Eclipse. Others see a hint of Toyota Celica. And yes, a few have even muttered, Prius Coupe. It's a smooth, unbroken silhouette that Honda says is inspired by gliders for glide-like handling. But is it distinctive enough? The old Preludes, especially the pop-up headlight models and the sharp-edged 5th gen, were instantly recognizable. This new one risks blending into a crowd of modern coupes. Yet, maybe that's the point. In a market utterly dominated by SUVs, the mere existence of a new, low-slung, two-door coupe is a radical statement. Honda is building this knowing it will be a niche seller. They're doing it for the enthusiasts, for the people who still value the shape of a driver's car. So, does it get a pass on safe styling just for showing up to the party? Here's another twist. The Prelude has always been an underdog, a quirky footnote compared to the Civic and Integra. Did you know the Prelude name was originally trademarked by Toyota, who let Honda use it? Or that a handful of first-gen cars were turned into convertibles by third-party companies and sold through Honda dealers? This is a nameplate with a history of being different. So, in a strange way, a hybrid Prelude with simulated shifts fits that legacy of oddball innovation. The original pioneered four-wheel steering. This new one is pioneering a new kind of hybrid engagement. It's a different kind of weird for a different era. The 2026 Honda Prelude is sparking some very heated debate. There's a ton of passion, plenty of disappointment, but also a few glimmers of hope. For a lot of hardcore fans, the main problem is pretty straightforward. The new Prelude just doesn't hit like the legendary performance car from their past. The price is the other major point of outrage, with a starting MSRP over $43,000. Discussions are flooded with comparisons to more powerful rivals like the Nissan Z or Toyota GR86. This frustration is massively amplified by real-world dealership markups. A recent and infamous example from an Arizona dealer, which listed a Prelude for nearly $65,000, went viral. Redditors were aghast, noting that price puts it in the territory of a Toyota Supra or close to a base Corvette, making the Prelude's value proposition seem absurd. However, not all the talk is negative. Some commenters, particularly those who've read in-depth reviews, defend the car's purpose. They point out that Honda engineered it as a momentum car, focused on balance and handling. Sharing its adaptive suspension and brakes with the acclaimed Civic Type R. So, where does that leave us? Is the 2026 Honda Prelude a true Prelude? If your definition is locked in 2001 VTEC, manual, raw analog feedback, then the answer is likely no, this car is a departure. But if your definition is broader, if it's about Honda using its most advanced technology to create a unique and engaging driver's car for its time, then the argument gets interesting. This Prelude is a grand tourer for the electric age. It's a car that promises you can have your cake and eat it too. Thrilling backroad dynamics and 46 miles per gallon in the city. It's the test. A test to see if enthusiasts will embrace a new kind of performance. The early verdict from Honda is hopeful. The Prelude has already won a Best Coupe award before most people have even driven it. Ultimately, the new Prelude is not a reboot. It's a prelude. An opening chapter. It's Honda testing the waters, seeing if there's a market for a sporty hybrid coupe. And if the whispers are true, if this base model sells, the door is wide open for what comes next. Imagine a Prelude C with more power. Imagine a Type R variant with the full Civic Type R powertrain. This 2026 model might just be the foundation. The joy of driving is evolving. And Honda is betting that this new Prelude can be a part of that story. The final judgment, as always, will come from the drivers. But one thing is for sure, after 25 years of silence, the Prelude is back, and it has the entire car world talking. So, what's your verdict? Is the new Prelude a brilliant reboot for the electric age, or has it lost the plot? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get that debate started. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell turned on. We're here every week, breaking down the biggest stories and deepest legends in the automotive world. Share this video with a fellow enthusiast who needs to hear this. Thanks for watching.